Future cast, what's going on outside?
Is this amazing weather going to stay with us or
No,
not,
I already know
Carly?
the answer to that.
It's South Texas, yeah. You should know the answer to that question.
Okay,
Wait
back
5
to the
minutes.
Surprise.
Wait
Back to
5
the
minutes
beach.
and it changes, right?
Yep.
Anyway, not quite that quickly is it going to change, but by tomorrow we are going to be feeling the humidity back at our doorstep. So right now it is 57 degrees. It is cool. It is pleasant. Grab the jacket as you're headed out the door because it's going to be colder than you expect 57 to feel because we have not been this cold since April 21st. By the way, woo. Here's a look at our satellite radar imagery where we are going to see the cold front that has drifted south. A warm front is going to start to lift back north, and that's what's going to change our weather heading into tomorrow. So even by this afternoon, we're going to say goodbye to the nice humidity hanging out in the 50s. We'll be back in kind of that little sticky category in the mid 60s. And then as we head into tomorrow morning, sticky weather is back. And by sticky weather, I mean high humidity. Instant sweat, 75 for a dew point trying to sink back into Rockport tomorrow morning. Here's a look outside, clear skies. That's one of the big reasons why we are in the 50s, as well as our light wind out of the north. That wind does shift back out of the east, stays light though this afternoon, which will make a really pleasant afternoon for us. High temperatures are going to be back in the 80s. Will be 83 Corpus Christi, 85 Alice, 84 Falfurrias. Cloud coverage builds across the islands throughout the day today. Temperatures likely staying in the 70s there for Port Aransas. As far as our low temperatures go, we are back in the 70s near the coast, especially 72 for your low tonight in Corpus Christi. The wind stays a little breezy out of the east-southeast. That's what's boosting our humidity. We'll be in the 60s still for areas inland, but it is the upper 60s. As far as our sweater weather goes, say goodbye to it because we are going to be much warmer into the weekend thanks to this warm front lifting north. However, there is another cold front on the way. This is going to keep our rain chances at about a 20%. We stay isolated. The main forcing for this cold front looks to be more so kind of over central Texas and then up into North Texas. Interstate 35 expected to get some rain if you are traveling north Friday afternoon. Use caution that direction. The front is going to pass through South Texas, but it's going to stall and it's not going to have a huge impact. It will impact where exactly Rafael goes as it makes its way into the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to talk more detail about that storm as we head into the 6 o'clock hour. But right now, there is another cold front possibly on the way for Wednesday, but that's still a little too far out to start talking about or get excited about. For now, we've got temperatures back in the upper 80s Thursday and Friday. Low temperatures not in the 50s anytime soon. So enjoy the cooler weather today. Barbie, John Thomas.
We will.
We will. Thank you, Carly.
No other options.
First edition is
Feels beautiful outside, but even though it's cool right now, we are still keeping an eye on the tropics where sea surface temperatures in the Caribbean especially are still in the mid 80s, and Hurricane Rafael has strengthened to Category 2 as of this morning. This is the latest update from 6 a.m. Wind is up to 100 miles per hour, gusts only 105. This is on approach toward Cuba as we speak. So it is moving northwest with some speed at 14 miles per hour. Take a look at the forecast cone. It is expected to turn toward the west, and then this is when the forecast becomes a little bit of a question mark. You can see the system slowing down and likely weakening as it makes its way kind of into the central Gulf of Mexico. Still a lot of unknowns in the forecast over this weekend. So we had our front move through. Number one, high pressure still responsible for steering the system into the Gulf of Mexico, but some caveats to the forecast take place with our next cold front moving through over the weekend. This front is going to stall over South Texas, so I'm not seeing any big impacts to our weather. However, it is going to play a role in where this tropical system, where Rafael goes. A lot of models starting to tap into that westward movement, but with that being said, when we take a look at our upper level pattern, what you see here, pretty in agreement with the forecast track and the forecast cone until we start to see a chance of high pressure in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, starting to set up shop over Mexico and the Western Gulf. Hurricanes, they don't like high pressure, especially the edge of the high pressure. One of the reasons why the system could turn to the north is it's going to want to track toward area of lower pressure. However, there's going to be a lot of wind shear in this area, and depending on how strong this high is, that could also push it south and then into Mexico, which is what a lot of the modeling shows, or the shear kind of ripping that energy apart and kind of splitting the system up. But still, again, a lot of unknowns over the weekend. Not overly concerned with Texas because we are going to have the wind shear really set up over us, and the combination of the lower pressure over the southeast, and then high pressure setting up over Mexico and really South Texas should block anything from making it our direction. But this is still worth watching, still a developing system as we speak. Category 2 hurricane once again on approach to Cuba throughout the day today. 61 degrees by 8 a.m. We are going to warm these temperatures up. We'll be in the mid to low 80s this afternoon, which is going to feel fabulous. Now we do keep a chance of some rain in the forecast. We're a little unsettled with those frontal boundaries passing through. So now closer to the surface level, we get our warm front lifting north. That keeps us with a chance of rain tomorrow. Cold front on approach Friday into Saturday. It stalls out, and this is the one that's going to play tricks on where Raphael goes. So definitely worth watching, keeping an eye on the latest forecast data there. But for now, look at these temperatures falling a little bit Friday into Saturday, but not much. We'll stay in the mid to low 80s over the weekend. Barbie, John Thomas.
Thank you, Carly. Definitely do not want to avoid going outside where it's nice.
so
and
You've
feels
got to
great.
get outside
Absolutely.
today, especially right now.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to feel fall. If you want a taste of fall, this is the time to do it. Here's a look outside where we have light wind, beautiful conditions. There's some cloud coverage if you are looking toward the Gulf of Mexico, so toward the east. That will impact our sunrise this morning. Sunset, mostly clear skies, but cloud coverage building actually by sunset. 57 degrees is going to be your temperature headed out the door right this second. Wind is out of the north at 8 miles per hour. So we have made it in the 50s for the first time since April 21st in Corpus Christi. We've been in the 50s across our brush country. We may have a 48 degree reading there in Benavides. This is because that cold front passed through, but look, I changed this to a warm front. That means the cold is not going to last for long. That warm front's going to start to lift back to the north. So today you need to dress in layers, have the kids take a coat to school or at least a light jacket or sweater, because at the bus stop it is going to be on the chilly side. And then we warm temperatures up into the 80s pretty quickly this afternoon. And as far as tomorrow goes, no need for a sweater. We say goodbye to sweater weather. Once we head into the next 5 days, it is going to be much warmer overnight. We're talking more humidity, low chance of rain as well. We'll break down everything you need to know coming up. Barbie, John Thomas.
Thank you, Carly. The city's mayoral race is